when Raj is ready, you can start. Hold on. Okay, we are online now.
Okay, got it. A very, very good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen around the world, wherever you are. A very good morning here from Spain. A very good morning here in Spain. My name is Griggs. I work as a hypnotherapist and psychotherapist. I'm also a tutor. My skill sets in the past here were in the Royal Navy. I was a submariner. And I've also worked in a prison service, the education system, and also working with people and homeless people in the UK. And it's interesting when you start to work with homeless people is why they're there. And for some people, it's just sad circumstances. And sometimes it's their cycle of life. But one thing that determines us as to who and who we are is the goals we set that helps us to get out of difficulties and into better places in our lives. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to present a slide called goal setting and how we can be successful through goal setting and what we can do. And one of the ways which I think is important here is to recognize and sometimes understand that some of the people who have been in very difficult situations are extremely famous people, such as Daniel Craig, who's James Bond, Rihanna, the singer, Shirley Bassey, who was well known in England, and many other celebrities who were there. Robert Pattinson, who, as you may know, he starred in some of the vampire films. So if you like vampires. Anyway, so it's a countless amount of people who have actually been in very difficult situations throughout whatever life has thrown at them. But it's how we come back and how we can make our lives better and bigger. So as we start with goal setting here, one of the most important things to actually work with a goal is, what is your goal? What is it that you want to go and do which is going to make your life better? What is it you want to go and reach? Maybe it's a state of mind. Maybe it's a way of living. Maybe your goal is something which connects to a particular job, education, or something for you which to you is important. To you, it means that you are proud of something that you're going to attain. And often I found that with myself is that I actually liked starting off on a new year in January and thinking of the goals I wanted to go and achieve that year. I found the year quite exciting because of things I wanted to go and do. Some of those goals you've probably got set there, some of them could be something that you do within a day. Some of them are going to take you a week and some of them could take you a few years. But it's our attitude towards the goals which what makes it brilliant, makes your goal successful, and what's going to make your goal make you feel very proud of what you're doing. So some of the ways which we're going to look at today is how we can introduce this and how we can feel that goals are something that we can achieve. Often what people have when they do goal setting is they think of the goal, but what are the strategies or the ways which we can achieve that goal? So although I'm doing a session on goal setting and color therapy, I'm really going to focus today on goal setting and answer any questions you may have, work with you guys to ask you questions about what it is, what your goals are perhaps, and maybe there's something here that you could share. So please share this live. I mean, even if you're watching this and it's on a replay, please share it with people, put it on your homepage, get it out there to people, because although this is Success World One Academy, this is also reaching out to people, which can help us so much. This is what helps us get from those difficult places into somewhere good. And so let's have a look about how we can actually work with goal setting and what we need to do. So what I've done is I've devised a goal setting triangle. And one of the things we notice with goals is that, in fact, let's just open up the first one. There it is. That's your goal. There's two things about goals we tend to recognize. And it's interesting because talking to very, very successful people, they all roughly say the same thing. Now, when I say they're successful, it doesn't mean they're rich. It doesn't mean they're famous. It doesn't mean anything. It's just this is their attitude towards goals. And when we hear about the word attitude, it reminds me going back to school. And when your teacher said, you've got an attitude, it's almost like, but they don't put it into the frame of mind of positive or negative. So sometimes you think because you've got an attitude that you actually, oh dear, I've done something wrong. No, this is now really as much about our attitudes towards our goals is about the positivity with this. Positivity towards a goal. Okay, so if you guys have a goal, and Your Highness, can I ask you, if you set yourself out for a goal, how does this make you feel when you think about it?
Sorry, Dr. Phil, can you just repeat your question?
Yes, certainly. Yes, when you think about a goal that you want to go and achieve, Your Highness, how does this make you feel? What do you think? How do you feel with this? Where does it sit with you?
My goals are sitting beyond reality sometimes.
But that's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Because I I have certain goal and I put them in the very high level, and I know that the road is long, but I have this strength that I have to achieve and reach my goal, and my willpower is encouraging me. So sometimes, of course, you have this. Sometimes you are feeling weak, and you say, "Oh, I have another mountain again."
Another mountain again. Okay, so some days you feel overwhelmed by it. Okay.
But I know where I am going because I fixed that. I am just focused on that, and I will reach even if it's beyond reality, I will reach my goals.
Now, one thing that comes across, especially when we meet people who set themselves out for goals, is they, to us all, whether it's something which you say is beyond reality or beyond your dreams in some respects, or something like, how is this going to get there? But those goals, those things we set, often make us extremely interesting because people like it when we set a goal. People go, oh, what's that? They want to have a conversation with you. People want to find out a little bit more about you. People want to know how or what this goal is. In fact, it is so infectious sometimes when we think about setting goals that other people actually think, well, I'm going to go and set one. I want to do something. I want to do something for myself. So whether we're thinking sometimes here, is this beyond my wildest dreams? Is it too far beyond reality? Actually, still, whatever it is, people, whether we're aware of it consciously or subconsciously, we often find that we want to set goals ourselves. So it's great, I think, that we can share this. And also here, there was, when I was talking to a lot of people who reach goals, and maybe you agree with this, Your Royal Highness, is that when you set a goal, there's two ways of looking at it. And this is what a lot of people are telling me. And I believe this as well. There's two people here, the people who are interested and the people who are committed. And the people who are interested in a goal will probably stay interested in a goal for a very long time. They'll keep thinking about that goal. Yes, I'm interested in that goal. I'm interested in it because, yes, I like it. And in fact, it's something you talk about, and week in and week out, you talk about this goal because you're interested in it. And lo and behold, probably at some point, you may go and do it. Being interested, though, in a goal isn't something that sits within you. It's something, when you're interested in a goal, it's something that we may see as external. It's something out there. Oh, I'm interested in doing that. And it's external. It's not within us. We don't feel it there. We see it there. So the only modality we've got is our vision. to be able to see this. Oh, I like to see that. I'd like to see that happen in my life. But we're just interested until we become committed. When you become committed, that link that was external suddenly goes internal. And when it becomes internal, it probably goes down to your gut. It probably goes into your heart. And it probably, excuse me, goes into your mind as well. And when we've got all three in line, we are extremely powerful. Because when you're committed, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters because you're committed to doing that goal. All right, we've all got other responsibilities, but that particular goal you want, you keep focusing on it and you keep doing it. Because now it's within you, you're going to want to do this and you're going to want to overcome the goal that you want to achieve. So, great. Now we know what the difference is between being committed and being interested. Let's find a way how we can use a strategy to get the goal, to reach the goal that we want. Okay, so let's have a look here. What about a strategy, tactic, and a process? The strategy, okay, it's almost like maybe you're going to draw a map, how you're going to get to your goal. That could be a strategy. The tactic, the method you're going to use to get there. The method, whatever it is, the method that's going to help you to achieve that goal. And the process is maybe the time it's going to take you, maybe it's what tools you need to go and get there. But say, for example, this is one chap who actually decided that he was going to be an estate agent in the UK. And I was talking to him, but it's his ideal actually could adapt to anything you want to do. So one strategy here, he says here that he was out wanting to sell houses, but he wasn't doing very well. He was really, really struggling. So his strategy was to contact, in those days, which was going back at least 10 years, those days was to go through the local telephone directory. And between the hours of 8 a.m. and noon, he was going to try and contact people and let them know he was an estate agent, he was going to sell houses. His tactic was to get them, if those people were interested in selling houses, their houses, was to get them to meet up at a beautiful venue where he would supply drinks, he would supply little nibbles of food, and he would get people to this venue. So his strategy was to contact people, to let them know they could sell their house or they could buy a house. They could actually meet people, come along to this venue. All free, drinks, food. As soon as you mention food with a venue, people are there. They always are. It's something about the gut that feels, oh, this feels nice. Even if you're going there because thinking, oh, it's just a nice place to meet up. Lo and behold, when you're meeting people, things start to change. And the process was here that when he got everybody there, he had a market there to be able to introduce people to buying and selling houses. And his strategy, just going back to this bit here, says that he said what he wanted to do, he wanted to make about 30,000 a year, which for some people is a lot of money. Some people is like, wow, that's beyond wildest dreams. And for some people, it could be something else. And lo and behold, because of the strategy, tactic, and process he used to get people, they liked him that much because he was approachable. And that's another thing as well. Whatever goal it is, if you're working with people, improve on your likability. Be a likable person. Extend your gratitude to people. Be humble. Be grateful. And show appreciation to people and show interest in other people. The moment you show interest in other people, they love it and immediately show interest back to you. When someone compliments you and says that you're doing something exceptionally well, or what you're wearing looks very nice, or something about that other person, or your warm smile just made my day, it really supports people to make them feel good about themselves. They're good strategies. And so here we find a ways of actually finding a way. So here's your goal. You're committed to it. You've got a strategy, a tactic, and a process. How does this feel, Your Highness? Do you like the idea of this?
Yes, I love the ideas.
Good. If anybody else wants to comment, by all means do. Marianne, if you've got a comment there you'd like to say what you think about goal setting, come on in, come and talk. Say you yourself there, Your Highness, Dr. Prince Pay.
Yes, Prince Painope is from Indonesia. He's the Prince of Indonesia. So
Brilliant. Lovely to meet.
He is the president of Success World One Academy in Success World One in Indonesia. So he's one of us.
He's one of us.
Yes. So we have the same goal, same strategy.
Yes. And if you don't mind me saying, Your Highness, your smile is brilliant. When you smile like that, wow, it lights up the day. Okay, right. I can open. Yes. I love the idea of goal setting. Marianne, okay, brilliant. I'm glad you do. I'm just looking for, I'm just going to escape for this a second. I didn't realize actually that
I have one question for you, Dr. Phil.
Yep.
For example, let's say that I have my goal and I have to prepare a strategy, but I am confused in my mind how to reach my goal if my strategy is not a good strategy. In fact, I am not in the right path. So how to find my right path to find the right strategy to reach my goal? Okay.
Well, there's something here that might help with that. And I'm just looking here. Oops, I've gone too far here. Sorry. Let me just come back to that. I've got a chat box that's right open in the middle of my screen. I'm just trying to work out how to, that's better. Now I can get rid of that. Sorry. Saw the chat box there and get straight back to this. Sorry about that. Unfortunately, I can't do the chat boxes, guys. When I'm sharing the screen here, it goes on the top of the diagram. So, right. Yes. Now, if you set a goal, but the strategy isn't clear, go back to the goal. Go back to the goal and visualize and feel it, see it, taste it, smell it, whatever it is you need to do to that goal, but make it so clear that it becomes, you almost feel like you could just step into that goal. Regarding the strategy, sometimes one of the greatest ideas to build on a strategy is to write your strategy down and what it looks like. Does it look good? Is there a tactic to this? Is there an opportunity that opens up a doorway to help you to reach this goal? In the process part here, does it make sense in the way that this tactic and this strategy works? Does it make sense to you? Does it make you feel like I can do this? And sometimes one of your strategies to be is to actually sit with a coach and say, right, this is my goal, but my strategy isn't right. And a good coach will help you to reach that strategy and may give you mind teasers that helps you to achieve that goal. Maybe mind teaser helps you to go along that way. So that's good there. Now, Star Lady, I love that name, Star Lady. How do you feel about goals? When you set up goals, what do you do? I think she's driving at the moment, so I think she can only just listen in. Marianne, I hear you. I love the idea of goal setting. Fantastic. I've got your note there. And okay, so Your Highness, how does it feel when we're thinking here about a goal? If you believe it, this is something you've got to talk about. Whether it's with some, I know a lot of people there say, don't talk to other people about your goals because they'll want it. But if you're talking to a coach or someone who is a trust to you, then they're going to want you to help you to find this strategy, this tactic, this process. And often, as I do to help myself here, is self-talk. I keep talking about it. I keep talking about it until it feels right. So it feels like, I've just got that feeling in my belly that this now feels right. and what we could do to make this feel right. So this is, so far we've got a goal. So far we've got a strategy, a tactic, a process, but there's more to it than this. There's a lot more to this than just the goal. And often what we could find here maybe is the next step, what we may have to look at in order to get this right. What habits do we need to change? If you're quitting smoking, there's no point thinking, well, I've got a habit, but I'm just going to keep smoking, but I'll stop sometime. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. When I wanted to quit smoking, which I did on the 25th of November, 1998 at 9:30 in the evening, I knew that in order for the strategy to reach the goal of quitting smoking, I had to change the habit. And the process I needed was hypnosis. So I saw a hypnotist who put me off smoking altogether. It's absolutely disgusting. Actually, there and then I thought, that's the last thing I want to go and do is smoke. It's horrible. Anyway, but it's put me off smoking for good. And now, since then, I've never touched a single cigarette, and I don't want one. So there was something I wanted to do. I knew I had to change the habits. I needed a process to help me to reach that goal. What habits do we need to change in order for the strategies, the tactics, the processes to reach that goal? What habits do we need to change? Those habits may come into conflict with other people. Those other people that, hello, Star Lady, how are you? Hope you can hear us. Hello, how are you? Unfortunately, you're on silent. You're muted. Anyway, maybe I'll just see if I can. Yes, unfortunately, I can't unmute you at the moment.
Your microphone is muted. Can you unmute yourself?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are.
Good morning. How are you, dear?
I'm very, very well. Oh, sorry, who are you talking to? Were you talking to Ron? You're talking to me.
I'm talking to everybody.
Hello, hello.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello, lovely to see you. Lovely to see you. Okay, so we're talking about habits towards goal setting and what habits we may need to change in order to goal set. Is there anything you can think of yourselves or habits that you may need to change or you have changed in your life in order to reach a goal? For example, some of the habits we may need to change. If you want to go and learn something, some of the habits that we may need to change is actually setting out time in order to learn what we need to learn. So the habits got to change. So, okay, on Fridays, I used to go and do bowls down the park with friends. And now on a Friday morning, I'm going to sit down and study what it is I want to achieve. That's changing a habit. Sometimes people don't like us changing habits because they see you changing. It's like remolding yourself in some respects, like plasticine. When you change a habit, you're looked upon as, oh, you're changing. Oh, you're not who you used to be. That's fine, because sometimes here people always put us in boxes about the person that we are and thinking that we can't change. But in fact, we can. It's down to ourselves. But it comes back to the goal again. And when people hear about your goal you're going to achieve, it often excites other people. So keep going. No matter what conflict or raised eyebrows you may have because you're changing your habits, that's fine. This is your life, not theirs. And what this is highlighting too with the habits is that you're doing something that's going to help you to reach that goal. If any of you have got any questions that you wish to ask, I've now got the chat box to the side, so it's okay. It's not over the diagram anymore. So if any of you got any questions you wish to ask, by all means do. I'll be happy to talk about this with you. So how does it feel about changing habits? Dr. Prince Paynope, have you had to change habits in order to reach some goals you wanted to do? Oh, you're on silent at the moment. Oh, there you are.
Yes, thank you so much for this great opportunity to join.
Oh, brilliant.
Why I'm interested to join for the Griggs, because I'm living with many different communities in Kingdom, and I want to learn more deep about psychology, because it's very important to me how I can manage my community, even social status, with different background of economic and the age also. That's why I learn more. I want to meet this opportunity to learn more from your experience.
Okay.
So I'm more listen, and this is wonderful for me. Thank you.
Oh, wonderful. Well, wonderful, Your Highness. It's lovely to talk to you. Love to hear you. The noise, the transmission there got a little bit delayed there somewhere, but that's not a problem. But sometimes our habits, what is it we've got to do? Sometimes our habits could be to listening more. Maybe you've got to listen more to help something out. Maybe there's a general theme we work on, and so rather than rushing out to everybody else to help people, maybe you start with something yourself and then other people follow you, in which case that's easy. That's easy. You're starting a goal rather than being, it's a bit like the priest in the church, the imam in the temple. These people are here for the congregation, the public to go to. If you're an imam or a priest who comes out to everybody, he's going to be one exhausted priest by the end of the day, or exhausted imam, or exhausted priestess, or something like this. So sometimes we need to look at how we work with people, which is going to be the most effective. So habits could be, sometimes we need to reverse things sometimes. We need to change things around. How we're going to do this. Then it comes down to something else, but because we're still not there, we still haven't got, although we're on the way to the goal, here, we've changed our habits, or we're looking at our habits, what we need to do to change. And then we need something else. Another thing with a habit, say for instance, let's take smoking again. Let's take alcohol. Let's take drugs. Let's take, or not take them, but look at drugs, look at alcohol, look at smoking. One of the habits that can actually work here is actually changing the environment you used to do these things in. So for example, if you always, or the time you used to do something. So for example, after a meal, those people who smoke want a cigarette. Well, what are you going to do instead that's going to replace the feeling of a cigarette? And what I did, because a cigarette, the first point of contact with the body is the mouth, is I always felt like that I wanted to smoke in my mouth. I always felt like I wanted that there, because that sort of makes you feel relaxed and everybody chills out with a cigarette. But instead, I put chewing gum in there. So after a meal, I just ate chewing gum. And very quickly, I got used to the idea of something else being there after a meal. That was changing a habit. Maybe it's about, if it's drugs or if it's alcohol, what do we need to do to avoid it, to move past it? But talk about it. Talk about it. One of the habits is to talk about what you're doing, to reinforce what you're doing. Sometimes when it's just up there, we're talking about changing a habit and it's just up there. It's not going to, it ends up like the washing machine. We see the clothes going round and round and round. And it, sometimes here we get this feeling that we're completely lost and we go up in a day state because we're not talking about it. We need to open the washing machine door. Someone's raised their hand. Someone raised their hand. Oh, yeah. Yes, Your Highness.
Yes, I have a question for you, Dr. P.
Yes.
Can the habits that we have, can it be some, for example, people that are toxic around you and you just want to change that, and you just can't all the ties with these toxic people, that they are blocking you to reach your goal? It can be
Yes.
from, can we put
Brilliant.
that in the category of habits?
Yes, absolutely.
People who are
Absolutely. Because one of the greatest habits is those people who are negative or toxic probably look at you as being the Royal Highness, the top of the tree. The top of the tree, or the top of the pyramid, or the top of something. And those toxic people want to come to you or do something that is making you feel very uncomfortable. Have you heard of that wonderful thing called deflection?
Yes.
Try deflection. So in other words, they're coming to you with a problem and you're actually going to deflect them off in a different angle. Another way here is people who are toxic often want you to do something for them. They want you to do something for them. Oh, Your Highness, I can't do this. Can you do this for me? Because I haven't got the skill set you've got. Maybe they're doing something which is pulling on your shirt tails, as we say in England, which slows you down. So maybe doing this. Some ways here, and it's one of the things I learned through psychology as I was learning through this, is when people are pulling on your shirt tails, or they always seem to want you to do something for them, is to spin it around and say, okay, so that's your problem or that's your concern. What are you going to do about it? Give them the power themselves. Give them the power back to them. And those people there will probably look at themselves and lose although they're toxic people, but they take their toxicity somewhere else and maybe they cleanse it themselves and become better people. How does that sound so far?
You know, I have noticed in some of my goals, and it's pity to say that, but I had to separate myself from some people. And of course, unfortunately, these people became enemy, but they are the enemy of themselves, not mine, because I had to reach this goal. I had not too much time for them, and and their negative energy, always complaining, always, suffering, and never say, they have not positive energy, always. And I am very sensitive to all this energy, spiritual energy that I have within me. So it's like their energy, it came to me to put me in depression. And it's like I become just paralyzed, could do nothing, I slowly losing the target, the goal that I wanted to go. So when I understood that, I had to change my mind, change this habit to, yes, listen to them, because you said one of the habits is to listen, etc., etc. But I stopped listening to them, and I started to listening to myself within me, and then it goes well. And the beauty of that is that it's like I became an example for them, someone who just to rise up, and yeah, this is what happened. This is why I was telling you, if the people around you and just cutting these ties will be something that you could put in the habit?
Yes. Now, there's two things here I'd like to say to you, because now you've explained this a little bit to me. I can work with you on 2 points here. First of all, with habits, one of the habits is to surround yourself completely with the positive people who support, praise, adore, accept, and are humble to your energies.
Right.
To surround yourself with those people. And also here, some of those people actually want you sometimes to say to them, if you need me, call me. Those people say that to you because if there's any problems that you get with people because they're toxic, just call me. We could chat for 5 minutes and that toxicity will probably go away. And probably it does because you're mixing with someone who's positive. But here's the big one. Here's the big one. Your Highness, if you don't mind me asking, what's your favorite color?
If what? Can you please repeat?
Yes. Yes.
Sorry, Vika. Yeah.
What's your favorite color, please, Your Highness?
My paper color? My favorite color? I love the blue.
Blue. Okay. Here's what I like. Here's something here. I'd like you to, when you're quiet moments, or even when you're going out for a walk, even when you're just having moments with yourself, is when you breathe in through your nose, imagine breathing in the most beautiful color blue of positivity. It's such a strong color blue that as you breathe this in, it deflects negativity. It's so positive, it's vibey. And not only are you breathing this in, it's so strong that after a while, it comes out of the pores of your skin. And then it starts to have a surround you, complete surround you. So you're feeling this blue. It makes you feel fantastic. It's like when you're going to do a talk about something, your habits, or changed your habits into something which is so strong. It's one of your strategies perhaps as well, is that you'll change your habits into something so strong that when you talk to people and you're radiating this color blue, you come over perfectly. Because you're a higher vibe, you're on the highest level of yourself. What also happens here is when you're in that vibe, when you're in that color blue, it's so strong, it's so positive that the people who are the toxic ones won't come near you.
Thank you so much for that. I just want to share something with you, Doctor. When sometimes I am not feeling good or feeling down or okay, I have one habit I want to tell you.
I'm listening. I'm making notes. I'm making notes.
Yes, I have one habit. So I just put myself in silence. And now I start to breathe, and I am breathing the golden light entering within me completely, but not only breathing with my nose, but with all my skin, because yes. I know that my skin has also a powerful energy and all the doors. I'm calling them the doors. And I am breathing that. Then I just feel at peace, full of love and just relaxing, and I have this positive energy, and this method helps me a lot to overcome some trials and challenges in my life. And when yes. challenges are coming in my life, I said, no, I will challenge my challenges, but first I need to find myself and find this peace within me. And this is my habit, to breathe completely, even from my soul, from myself, this light, golden light energy that made me at peace and relaxing me.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. Also, when I agree with you, and I think it's a lovely thing to draw it in through the pores of your skin. And when you breathe in that light, allow it to go down to such a deep point within you. It's almost like the most beautiful core of you, sometimes people say this is down to the very deep gut of ourselves, down somewhere into the very depths of our tummy. And that is because you're breathing it in, but you're also allowing your stomach to breathe this as well. So you go beyond your lungs. You go into something so deep, so subconscious, so spiritual within yourself that it touches that part. And then that opens and out comes this golden light, or the golden and blue light. And that light there is something that will help you, I think, and help people, whatever color they choose, to feel the greatness of themselves. Whether you're doing a talk, whether you're deflecting negative people, those people won't be able to communicate with you the same way. There are other methods that take a deeper therapy, and I will come into that as I start to work with color therapy, which helps us to release those toxic people to the point that we release them with love. Absolute love. It's the easy way to do it. It's the only way to do it, really. So, good, lovely. Okay. Anybody else got, can I share my own idea? Yes. Is that Marianne? Marianne. Yes, Marianne. Hello. Marianne's there somewhere. I think she says, can I share my own idea? Jumped out my skin. Hello, Marianne.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Oh, I can't hear you very well.
Good morning, everyone.
So I can't hear you very well.
Hello, good morning.
Marianne, I think the signal's broken a little bit. If possible, I'd only say, can I share my own idea? Would you be able to write it down and put it in the chat? Because I think the internet connection on that isn't so strong. If that's okay with you, is that all right? Yes, I think there's a bit of a signal break there. Right, okay. So you've got through habits. What else do we need to work on that may help us to achieve this goal? Well, it comes down to something which is, I'll write it down. Thank you very much, Marianne. Just seen that there. Yes. One of the other points here is beliefs. In order for you to have your goal, you've got to believe it. You've got to believe it to the point here. I so believe in what I'm doing that it goes beyond anything else that you believe in, because this is what you're going to achieve. Often the bigger the goal, the better it will be. Small goals, yes, they're probably good for the small time, but they won't really move you. It won't really do something with you that says, yes, I did this and this is the marking point of my life. No, it doesn't really do that. But a big goal will. And here's something interesting that your mind is so good at. You're so good at here. Your mind, when you start to work towards a goal and you've changed your habits, you've changed your beliefs, you've got this strategy, tactics, this process, and you're going towards this goal, your mind actually most of the time will think here, yes, great, I'm going to feel fantastic when I get there. You probably will. And you'll get to the top of the mountain, if you want to call it mountain. You get to the top of where it is you are at. And often when we're there, lo and behold, what do? We don't just sit there sometimes and think, great, I've reached my goal. I could just sit back now. No, we probably invent another goal because we get used to it. And that's because our mind, the mind part of us, the mental part of us, is actually saying here, great, you've done it, fine, good. Now what? Your heart beforehand was going, yes, fantastic, can't wait. Your gut was going, I so believe in this, this is what I want to do, I want to achieve it. But your mind, once you're there, just says, yeah, good, fine, well done, now what? So always be aware of what you did to get there, because this is going to make you proud. This is what's going to make you feel like I did it. And beliefs is something here where, again, because you start inventing new beliefs, people would either go, fantastic, we love what you're changing into. We love your motivation. We love your drive. We love your positivity. We love the fact here that your beliefs could be something that's very compassionate, could be something that's very supportive. It could be something that's very delightful. But whatever it is, it's a belief. And it's the beliefs in ourselves that always help us to get to the place we want to. So it has to start, in one sense here, with a belief. Then through our beliefs, we then change our habits. Through our habits, we then start, oh yes, I know what I want to do. There's strategies maybe want to change here, maybe want to do. And then there's the goals we're going to achieve with this. And it also works backwards as well. I want the goal. What's my strategy? What habits do I need to change? My beliefs. How do I really feel about this? Is this something I really want to do? But if you really want to do it, nothing is going to stop you, especially when you incorporate habits, and especially when you have a strategy, a tactic, and a process. And that goal is something that you're committed to. Nothing will stop you. Nothing will stop you. Life will throw everything at you. Life will do everything. And it's just sometimes we have rainy days. You want to go and paint your shed a beautiful color. And you start to do it. But then what happens? It rains. So you can't paint your shed. That's just a day. It's just a day. Maybe it's a week. If you're in monsoon season, that's going to be a little while. But afterwards, when it's gone, and it will go, you'll be able to paint your shed in the beautiful colors going. I know a lady who is actually painting her shed, and she wants to put glitter in the paint so that her shed sparkles in the sunlight. I've never heard of that, but I was so drawn into, wow, a shed that's going to be painted purple with glitter in it. It's going to be fantastic. I'm just dying to see it because I love the way she believes in what she's doing. The habits is that her habits were put down sometimes because of the weather. But what she wants to do to reach this goal was just amazing. And then she'll probably go and do something else. Okay, right. Marianne says, in achieving your goal, the first thing you have to do is have a positive mindset. Yes, that is very much about beliefs and habits. When you have a positive mindset, whatever you believe you can do, and you are focused and determined to do it, you can really achieve it. Don't look down on yourself saying you might not be fit or wealthy enough, smart enough to do it. But once you have a positive mindset, believe and be determined, then that thing is already yours. Wow, beautiful, beautiful. Yes, I agree. Positive mindsets, that's something about our beliefs and habits, is to be in that positive mindset. And what is it? Because without a positive mindset, we're not going to get there. But to understand it, what is a positive mindset? What is it that makes it positive? Is it something you just think? Is it something you just, oh yes, in my heart, I've got a positive mindset? Probably not. It's something down in your gut that moves around with your gut that says, yes, this is what I want. This is what I want to do. It feels like I am there. Feels like I'm going to achieve it. And you're right, you don't have to be wealthy, because a lot of people who are very successful nowadays had nothing. And a lot of people who weren't smart at school are now very successful because they adapted to different tools. I know a hairdresser who's now a multi-millionaire because he doesn't just cut hair. He also buys and sells houses, but he hated school. He can't read and write. And yet he is the multi-millionaire because he just knows the value of money. That's what his value was. That's what his belief was. That was his positivity. I know of other people here who go out there because they want to help and heal people. They do. And they enjoy it so much that they now have a big waiting list of people because they believe in themselves. Whatever belief it is, believe in it. And that's the positivity we can really drive forwards. I love what you're saying there, Marianne. Yes, I love it when we hear the words positive mindset. And often there's so many words nowadays which are old-fashioned that I think we've got to come out of, which is like thinking outside of the box. Oh God, what's a box? Box is limiting in the first place. To be authentic, authentic. Sorry, that word is so overrated. We've got to find another word for positive mindset that makes us feel like we are power. We are awesome. We are magic. Magic. Believe in your magic, because life does have magic. The most funniest things happen, which can only come down to magic. Maybe it's that. Be your magic. Yes, be your Marianne-ness. That's magic. Be your Q-ness. That's magic. And be your Rajness. Yes, these are all good things. Okay. Marianne goes on to say, and when trying to achieve a goal, don't try to tell everyone your plan. Absolutely. Because a lot of people might give you bad advice. And when you listen to them, you'll start having to doubt about the goal you want to achieve. And with that, you will lose your zeal to achieve that goal. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you. Someone else just raised a hand if they could say, yes, Your Highness.
Yes, doctor, all what you have explained is just really fantastic. And some people are calling it the law of attraction. But unfortunately, doctor, a lot of people, they have the mindset, the positive mindset, they believe in it, but it's not happening. There's something missing. It's never, yes, because
what is that bit? What is that bit? What is that bit that's missing?
I believe that the emotion of joy is missing. I believe that people are putting the law of attraction of the first fundamental law that govern the universe and all that. But I believe that the first one is the law of vibration, and the vibration is emotional. So if you don't put the joy that you have it already, to enjoy that you have already reached your goal, without this emotion, it's impossible to reach what you want, even if you believe and repeat 100 times a day that it's yours and all that. I believe that the emotion is, and especially the joy and happiness, has to play a big role. It's what makes the vibration. So vibrate at the same frequency than your goal.
And I totally believe in that. I love the law of attraction. I think it works. My goals here are based mainly on NLP, which I really truly love, which is also connected to the law of attraction. And I also think here it's the law of positivity is really resonates for ourselves. It's got to be something we feel inside us. And I agree with you. The emotion code that we are resonating in the emotion of what we want is going to be able to get us to do it. The biggest thing that people, I feel, maybe you guys agree with me, maybe you don't, and it's the biggest point here that we need to take is action. Do it. Do it. That's one of the ones. People think about it, they get everything right, but what's stopping them do it? Now that comes down to, Your Highness, as I agree with you, it comes down to emotion. It also comes down to vibrancy of what it is they believe in. What is it that's stopping them created action? That's probably a belief. Something through the beliefs is out of whack. And sometimes what we need is, it's got to start with something. It has to start with you, because your goal is for you. Maybe there's a team, but whatever the team is, you all play an individuality within this team, and you've all got to share the same beliefs, the same habits, agree to the same strategy and tactic, and agree to the same goal. Then you'll do it. So my thing here is, guys, if you're going to do a goal, use something here that makes you feel you can do this, and examine your beliefs, examine your habits. The you part, just going to the start of that bit here. Why do you want to do it? What difference is it going to make in your life to set this goal? What will it do to you? And if you feel this, oh my goodness, it makes me feel fantastic. Great, do it. It's almost like the people who want to lose weight. Often people say to me here, I want to lose weight. I'll be so happy when I'm going to lose weight. Okay, so tell me how you feel right now. Oh, I feel miserable. I feel overweight. I feel people look at me. I feel miserable. I don't feel good. Okay, so if you're going to go and lose weight, what's the easiest way for you to lose weight? What mindset do you want? I want to be happy. Great. So what if we employ happiness now along the road to go and be how happy you're going to be? And they get it. Oh my goodness, I was being miserable. No wonder I couldn't lose weight. No wonder I was so negative about myself. No wonder I couldn't get anywhere. You've got to start with something with you. And the belief is, if you're losing weight, it's happiness. Happiness, the habit. Hey, maybe I'm gonna go walking a little bit more. Your strategy here is how you're going to set out your week to what are you going to eat, what are you going to do and not going to do, what are you going to give yourself as something that says, well done. And once you reach your goal, what's going to make you keep to that goal? What is it that's going to do it? And all these things here are the mighty things we could do to go and achieve goals. But guys, ladies and gentlemen, your Royal Highness, Royal families, the wonders of people out there, we can do whatever we want to go and do within a reason. Obviously, if our bodies says no because of a physical restriction, that's going to be difficult. But with everything else that you want to put your mind to, do it. Do it, especially if it's going to make a difference to your life. And as Mark Twain said, Mark Twain the poet, just to finish on this, Mark Twain the poet said, in 10 years' time, you won't look back and think of all the wonderful things you've done. You'll look back at the things you wish you had done. You really wish. Don't wish, do it. That's my thing. And so go off this down. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining me. And thank you for all your comments there. Right, Marianne also says here, but try to listen as well, experienced people, because they already know the strategy, how to succeed in life. Yes. Like if you want to achieve a goal of becoming a footballer, you should meet up with a good player in football. If you want to become a millionaire, meet up with millionaires. Absolutely. Always have a good mentor that directs you how to achieve your goals. Thank you all. That's brilliant. I also think here is the people to support you. For example, the Romans taught us how to walk along roads. Yeah. Opportunists build their own roads. And it's looking for those people who support us in building our own roads, who will say to you, go on, do it, go it. Sometimes the road appears in front of you every step along the journey because there is no road in front of you. You will make it as you go along it. Whatever it is, you've got a story to tell and be the magic of that story. That's what I believe in. I don't believe in be authentic. I don't believe in think outside the box. I think be your magic. That's my word now. Thank you very much, Your Highness. Anything else I can answer, talk, chat?
You are just amazing. I love this course. Wow. I love your energy. You have such a beautiful energy. And the way that you are explaining the things, it's just amazing. I love it that you have prepared and step by step, every evolution. Of course, yes, everything starts from you. Everything starts from an idea. Everything starts from a thought. And every thought is bringing an emotion, and every emotion brings to the action. And without the action, there's no change. There's no target. Yes. So the way you explain all that to us is just amazing. I love your course.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm so pleased. I hope
that everybody enjoyed the course, but really it was just awesome. So don't miss out that Dr. Phil, it's every Thursday at 11 a.m. France time. And don't miss the opportunity to learn about yourself, your target, goal setting, and color therapy. So it is
and what we'll do, sure. And what we'll do next week, we'll do some color therapy towards the magic, the magic of color therapy. I think I call it that now, actually. And so we'll link to that. And yes, color therapy next week.
Wow. It's just amazing. Thank you very much.
And I must admit, Your Highness, I adore your positivity. I adore your magic. And I think you've got such a mentor to create something like this. I think you are incredible. So that's beautiful.
Thank you so much. You know what? Dr. Phil, one of my biggest goal in this life is to bring education free to the world and to give a chance to everyone to learn equally like the others, like free, equal quality education for all. This is one of my biggest targets. This is why I have created this Successful One Academy. It's the World Academy, and I have created it for the people because we are here to empower humanity through education in order to create the unity, equality, and freedom.
Beautiful.
And that it's one of my biggest targets and goal. And
I'm impressed with that. It's beautiful, beautiful.
And I thank you and thank all the people who are supporting me in this vision, because if you are here today, it's because you are supporting also this vision and mission. And I just want to say thank you, Dr. Phil. We love you very much.
Thank you. I love you people very much, and I wish you a big thank you very much. A big heart, and a big burger. The heart and a burger. It's just a simple twist because it's a vegan burger, by the way. The heart and a burger. And also, to say to you guys here, I think, Your Highness, just say here about education, bring education free to the world. In order to make this attractive to people, I think it's the element of being funny, being engaging, and make it also entertaining that people, hey, they want to do this because it's something they're going to feel inside themselves because it warms them.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
I
think that we have a Star Lady that she wants to say something.
Yeah.
Yes.
My precious mommy, I just want to appreciate what you are doing in the world. It's not easy. I know that you are doing it for humanity, and I believe that you have a purpose why you come to this world, and you are fulfilling that purpose. So I thank God for your life. And I pray that all the people that are joining you to make humanity balance, that God will bless all of you in Jesus' name.
Thank you so much. Amen and amen. Thank you. Thank you, daughter. I love you very much.
Lovely.
I love you so much.
Okay, now we have to enter this course because in 20 minutes we are going to the course. In 20 minutes we are learning the history of the English language and literature with our professor Uswaraya. So you are all welcome to join her, and she's just amazing.
I would love to join. Unfortunately, I've got to go off and do another project, but it's very nice to speak to you today, and I wish you all a lovely, lovely day, and see you very soon.
Yes, thank you. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye.
Take care.